bad.
No, you need to go way louder.
Okay. If everybody can please try to make their way to a seat.
All right, we are about to get started. Everybody can make your way to your seats, and we'll kick off the slides. Hi, everybody, thank you for coming. My name's Dan. Hello, is this good? All right. My name's Dan Kusher. I'm the president of the board of directors of Progressive Mass, and I want to thank you all for coming today. We have some pretty exciting stuff for you today, so we'll jump right in. I'll go over the agenda. So we're going to start with the business portion, go over, talk about our board member nominations, talk about a bunch of other stuff going on. Louder!
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And we will have candidate interviews for U.S. Senator. We also have, and then after that, we are doing 2 rounds of breakout sessions. You have all the information on those in the folders that you all received at registration. Yeah, and that'll be an exciting day. So I'm going to hand it off to John. Talk a little bit about what we've been doing.
Thank you. And again, thank you to everybody for joining us. My name's Jonathan Cohen. I'm the policy director with Progressive Mass. I'll say, if you were here with us last year, raise your hand. Thank you all for joining us again. If this is your first time at one of our annual meetings, raise your hand. We love
Yay, newbies!
I always like, before I'll go into some of the slides talking about some stuff that we did over the past year, I always like making people raise their hands on a few different things. So if you think of over the past however many few months, raise your hand if you've called your state legislator about something. Okay. Past 2 months. If you've emailed. If you've gone to their office to meet with them. Great. Let's say over the past year, if you've done any phone banking for any candidate or issue. Or any canvassing for any candidate or issue. And raise your hand if you're excited to do more of all of that this year. Okay, good. So I have just a few slides that are highlighting some of the stuff that we did in the past year, then a few stuff looking ahead into the upcoming year. Just to have a few numbers, last year we had collected over 137 different candidate questionnaires across municipal elections to help educate people more about who's running to represent them. Since it's often so difficult to actually find that information out, as I'm sure many of you know, to be able to provide that service. We were able to make over 13,000 calls to people as part of our ongoing phone banking series. If you would like to, thank you for that. If you would like to join us, we've held a series of every Thursday at noon. We might add extra times, but I always like telling my phone bankers, because we're calling people on the Progressive Mass list to contact their legislators, those are the warmest phone leads you will ever have. It is somebody calling you to contact their legislators, which is a helpful thing to do. And then over 11,000 kind of emails, testimony, other contacts with legislators to push progressive policies and our legislative agenda and other kind of policy priorities from the past year. So you can go to the next slide. Just wanted to highlight some of the events we did last year. It's kind of an array of different kind of virtual events from the past year. If you remember, if you joined us for any of them, raise your hand. but this was not any hands raised there. Next slide. We also did had various in-person activities last year, the annual meeting last year, which I mentioned, the series of activist fairs we organized, inspired originally by the folks with JP Progressives who organized one, and then had put together some in other parts of the Commonwealth. Raise your hand if you were at our lobby day at the State House last year. Love seeing some hands there, and we'll be doing that again this spring. And we also, as a part of the Raise Up Mass Coalition, shout out to my partner in crime in organizing those, Enid Eckstein, organized town halls about fighting budget cuts and making sure that large corporations pay their fair share. You can go to the next slide. Our chapters were also active in collecting signatures for ballot questions this past year. Raise your hand if you did any of that. Love to see the hands up, and we'll have there will be breakout sessions today. You'll see that they're dealing with some of these, some of the questions on the ballot this year. There's going to be one about talking more and how to get more involved with the rent control question. There's one that's going to join the stipend reform and open records questions. There's also one ballot question to protect the gun safety law the legislature passed a couple of years ago. There will be a breakout there as well, as one to fight one of the particularly pernicious ballot question. So stay tuned for or read in the handout we gave you about breakout descriptions. And who here is excited to work on ballot questions again this year? Whether through signature collection, canvassing, phone banking, all of that work is critical. It would be nice if we didn't always have to go to the ballot to fix things in the legislature, but it's still an important tool and a great mobilizing one. Next slide. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what the legislature has actually done. This is not under, although there have been 107 bills signed into law so far, that is 66 of them are home rule petitions for one city or town, 22 of them are personnel matters for one person, and not just one person, it's a smattering of different people, so it's not just one person who needs 22 laws. 8 budgets or supplemental budgets, 3 awareness days, 2 bond authorizations, and then 6 other pieces of legislation is what has happened in the session so far. Next slide. One of them was temporary but good, which is extending hybrid meeting access, which we'd like to see made permanent for local meetings. I'm personally not a fan of the September 1st primary date that we have this year. Anybody who's a renter knows. One thing that is good is that the state strengthened the SHIELD law to protect reproductive care and gender-affirming care. And the basic takeaway here is we have a lot more that we need to get done this year, right? I think I have a few slides that talk about a few different things that are coming up soon. Actually, no, to back a few wins from last year before I go to that. Raise your hand if you got involved at all in trying to fight to make our legislature a more transparent place. Thank you. I know many people, you can clap for yourself. One thing I know for a number of us have been fighting that fight for a number of years. I'll give a shout out because I saw Harmony Wu here, who was the one who got me involved in that originally. But we were able to get some real wins in the legislature this year in terms of getting committee votes public, in terms of getting longer hearing notices so that people can actually participate in the process, in terms of getting accessible bill summaries and other things that basically make it so that the Democratic legislature is more small d democratic as well. Oh, next slide. Yes, a few things I want to highlight as wins from the budget from last year include banning tenant-paid brokers' fees, money for access to counsel for low-income tenants facing eviction, money to help immigrants facing deportation, and making reproduction authorities permanently fare-free. Next slide. I'll also give a shout out to the fact that we continue to see the positive impacts of the Fair Share Amendment. And raise your hand if you did anything for that campaign back in 2022. I'd love to see the hands raised for that fight. And I won't run down the list for interest of time, but you can see what all that has been able to help us accomplish. Next slide. Okay, a few things about what's to come in the legislative cycle this year that I wanted to highlight. And some of these are also present on a handout that you have with some actions that you can take. So one thing that was good to see is that our state senate did pass legislation to strengthen data privacy protections because people shouldn't be able to buy and sell your location data or other sensitive data. That's something that, you can clap for that, I saw somebody clap. But what's important is making sure that the House does as well. There's a QR code on one of your flyers for you to email your state rep about the importance of getting that done. The state senate also passed the bill to rein in politically motivated book bans. Also something that we need to see completed this upcoming year. Next slide. Okay, a few things, and these again, I talk too much, so I'll keep myself short. One of the campaigns we've been involved with Raise Up Massachusetts, is trying to prevent steep budget cuts, knowing that with the big ugly bill from Trump and Republicans has been taking an axe to healthcare funding and other critical funding. We want to make sure that we raise the revenue and do right by people here in Massachusetts. You'll see in their folders there are postcards to your legislators in support of a bill to make sure that large corporations pay more on what they are hiding in offshore tax havens. As I like to say, I've heard the Cayman Islands are beautiful. Amazon's money does not need the vacation. Also tapping into the state's rainy day fund, because when it's raining, that's when you should use it. And one thing, this is also in one of those handouts in your folders, is opting the state out of regressive tax cuts from the kind of big ugly bill last year. Thank you. Next slide. Also in terms of, our state needs to do more in terms of protecting kind of immigrants' rights here. That's also, yes, you can clap. This is also on one of the handouts. There will be a breakout session. Actually, there are breakout sessions that will touch on both of these, but we need to make sure that Massachusetts is not collaborating with ICE, right? We've seen stuff in the legislature that shows that there's like increasing responsiveness, but we need a lot more. Massachusetts is the only state in New England that where the governor's office has a collaboration agreement with ICE, where Department of Corrections officials are effectively subsidizing ICE. So we need to get that ended, and we need to make sure that state and local police are not doing work to assist ICE or being deputized as ICE agents. Next slide. And one quick shout out, again, this is on those handouts that you have with QR codes. Back in November, because of grassroots organizing from folks in here, as well as folks across the climate movement, we were able to prevent the legislature prevent the Massachusetts House from passing a bill that would have rolled back clean energy and climate policy commitments. You can clap. And we just need to make sure that that win is not just stopping something, but passing good policy kind of in the new year. And you'll have information there. And I know we have folks from the Sierra Club who'd probably be happy to talk more about that as well. And I think I hand it over to you now, Melanie.
I'm not as practiced as John is at like really projecting my voice, so I'm going to try here. My name is Melanie O'Malley. I am the Outreach and Operations Director at Progressive Massachusetts. More than that being said, I get to work with our lovely chapters who are amazing. They are our boots on the ground. They are the hubs of our grassroots activism and all the amazing things that we try to accomplish. They are a core part of that. And so let me do a plug. Today, our second breakout session, you can learn more about our chapters, what they do, how to run one, how they evolve over time, and also, if you're not in a chapter area, how you could maybe get one started yourself. So that's the second breakout session, if you want to check that out. And next slide, John. So, as John said, we have a lot to do, and thank goodness we have many chapters who joined us this year and are helping to expand our movement across the strait. So I'd like you to join me in giving a warm welcome to them. I will run through the list, and then if we can give them a round of applause. So we've got Alston Brighton, and Brookline, Cambridge, Upper Cape. We have our friends in Franklin County who did think it was a bit of a drive, but they enjoyed it. And lastly, we have Mystic Mashup. I grew up in Weymouth, so I want to say that from Medford is how we say it. But they joined our friends Mystic Valley Progressives in organizing in that area. So one more round of applause, please, for our new chapters. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to read through this full list, but if you are here with one of our existing chapters, a new chapter, thank you so much for the work that you do all year round for the progressive movement. If you can and feel comfortable, if you will stand for a round of applause. Progressive Mass chapter. These are the folks that get it done. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Okay, John. Oh, yes, I am supposed to pitch. Become a member, please. We are a member-based organization. If you are not a member, you can point your phone in that direction, get a QR code. We rely on the support of our members to do everything that we do, including supporting our chapters and putting events like this one on today. So if you're not a member, please go ahead and join. Yeah, and also if you're a member, you get to vote for our amazing board slate, which we'll be discussing shortly.
No.
Right now.
Very shortly.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andre Green. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Progressive Mass, and I get to talk about our legislative board nominees. I'm going to move relatively quickly because we started a little late. We're trying to respect our candidates for Senate's time, but we have a very exciting slate for you. Starting with our board president who's up for election, so Dan. So we're excited about this slate. We have 5 new members for nomination, and this is, I think, a great diverse slate. And I'm just so I don't do the whole look behind me thing. It doesn't really work. And there we go. All right. So just be aware. You'll be getting in your email as a follow to this email the board members' bios and a link to the Google Docs. You can vote for them. If you are here when I call your name, raise your hand. I know that some of our members were not able to be here because they were doing parent things. I don't know. But if you are here, you can raise your hand so people know and can find you. But the board strongly recommends for elections to the board, Reggie Hakowitz of Boston. If I mispronounced that, blame me. Dan tried to prep me and I messed it up. Lucas DeBarros of Winthrop. Dennis D. Everett Jr. of Haverhill. Henry Morgan of Florence. And Tanya Neslusan of Sturbridge. As per our laws, all these members are up for a 2-year term. Dan will be seeking election to his 3rd term. Again, you'll get bios in your email and a link to the form to vote. The board strongly recommends adoption of the full slate. Now, next slide. So just to give you some broad strokes about where we are fiscally as an organization, things are pretty good. In 2025, we continue to invest heavily in staff and tools. We are looking to invest even more heavily in 2026. Our goal is to make our staff full-time, which requires, being able to pay them what they deserve. So that's one of our strategic plans. So when we ask you for money, know that we're actually asking you to help pay for Melanie and Don, who are worth every penny and then some. We were able to offer chapters some resources to help them with their costs and their expansion. We will be doing so again in 2026. If your chapter has not taken of those and doesn't know how to, reach out to Melanie. And despite that growth and expansion, we have strong cash reserves. So, if for some reason 2026 is unprecedented, is the word we use now, we have the money to weather that storm. But we're going to need to grow our budget in 2026 because, as we mentioned, we have an ambitious strategic plan that involves full-time staff, involves turning equity rhetoric into action and supporting marginalized communities more actively. And these things, they cost money. So this is me softly saying we're in good shape, but if we want to do things we all say we want to do, we're going to need more money. So if you can, when you think about your actions this year, remember us. All right, with that, I believe we are
Almost ready. Let me just quickly go through these and then
Okay.
the next part.
great.
Okay. Yes.
Hi, this is to prevent any sort of panic. If you cannot find your keys, if you are here, you cannot find your keys, come talk to me, because some keys were found. All right, I just don't want anyone to be trapped here.
Yeah. Thank you. You're having fun, but we know you don't want to stay here forever. So yes, if those are your keys, Please do find them. I just wanted to highlight for the breakout sessions that will be happening starting at 3 o'clock, so in a little over an hour. These room assignments are also on the walls. They're also on the QR code if you scan it in the folder. Just wanted to run through them now on your screen for those, like, if you needed to jot any of these down. As a reminder, for the first and second one, to orient yourself. In each track, one of the breakouts will stay here. This is DeWitt, where you are now. On this level are the Brooks and Hepburn classrooms. If that's where you're planning to go, you stay here. If you're going to Sargent, Holt, or Craft, you go upstairs. So if you go into the agenda, the QR code that has breakout